Exodus 2:11-25. Now it came to pass in those days that Moses grew up and went out to his brothers and looked on their burdens. And he saw an Egyptian man striking a Hebrew man, one of his brothers. So he looked this way and that way, and when he saw that there was no one, he struck down the Egyptian and hid him in the sand. When he went out the next day, behold, 2 Hebrew men were fighting. And he said to the one who did the wrong, "Why do you strike your companion?" But he replied, "Who made you a prince and a judge over us? Do you intend to kill me as you killed the Egyptian?" Then Moses was afraid and thought, "Surely the matter has become known." When Pharaoh heard about this matter, he sought to kill Moses. But Moses fled from the presence of Pharaoh and settled in the land of Midian. And he sat down by a well. Now the priest of Midian had 7 daughters, and they came and drew water and filled the troughs to water their father's flock. But the shepherds came and drove them away. So Moses stood up and helped them and watered their flock. When they came to their father Reuel, he said, "How is it that you have come back so soon today?" They said, "An Egyptian man saved us from the shepherds, and moreover, he drew water for us and watered the flock." He said to his daughters, "Then where is he? Why have you left the man? Call him, that he may eat bread." And Moses was content to dwell with the man, and he gave Moses his daughter Zipporah. She gave birth to a son, and he called his name Gershom. For he said, "I have been a sojourner in a foreign land." During those many days, the king of Egypt died, and the people of Israel groaned because of their slavery and cried out for help. Their cry for rescue from slavery came up to God, and God heard their groaning, and God remembered his covenant with Abraham, with Isaac, and with Jacob. God saw the people of Israel, and God knew. Psalm 56:8-13. Thou hast counted my wanderings. Put thou my tears into thy bottle. Are they not in thy book? Then shall mine enemies turn back in the day that I call. This I know, that God is for me. In God, whose word I praise. In the Lord, whose word I praise. In God have I trusted, I will not be afraid. What can man do unto me? Thy vows are upon me, O God. I will render thank offerings unto thee, for thou hast delivered my soul from death. Hast thou not delivered my feet from stumbling, that I may walk before God? Proverbs 22:28. Do not move the ancient landmark that your fathers have set. Luke 21:20-38. But when you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, then know that its desolation has come near. Then let those who are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let those who are inside the city depart, and let not those who are out in the country enter it, for these are days of vengeance, to fulfill all that is written. Alas for women who are pregnant, and for those who are nursing infants in those days. For there will be great distress upon the earth and wrath against this people. They will fall by the edge of the sword and be led captive among all nations, and Jerusalem will be trampled underfoot by the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles are fulfilled. And there will be signs in sun and moon and stars, and on the earth distress of nations in perplexity, because of the roaring of the sea and the waves, people fainting with fear and with foreboding of what is coming on the world. For the powers of the heavens will be shaken. And then they will see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. Now when these things begin to take place, straighten up and raise your heads, because your redemption is drawing near. And he told them a parable. Look at the fig tree and all the trees. As soon as they come out in leaf, you see for yourselves, and know that the summer is already near. So also, when you see these things taking place, you know that the kingdom of God is near. Truly, I say to you, this generation will not pass away until all has taken place. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will not pass away. But watch yourselves, lest your hearts be weighed down with dissipation and drunkenness and cares of this life, and that day come upon you suddenly like a trap. for it will come upon all who dwell on the face of the whole earth. But stay awake at all times, praying that you may have strength to escape all these things that are going to take place, and to stand before the Son of Man." And every day he was teaching in the temple, but at night he went out and lodged on the mount called Olivet. And early in the morning all the people came to him in the temple to hear him. In the light of the living